If you just look into this pit over here, you'll see a shiny Let's Play of Dark Souls 3.
Right?
Boot!
Oh. And now it's time to deal with the invasion of this area.
Really get a kick out of that, Patches. It's just the pits.
Longfinger Kirk.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, it's another recurring name.
Well, it's another recurring character.
Ah, so it is Kirk of Thorns.
Yes.
Yes, it is. I see that now. How's it gonna be Kirk?
And as you can see, he's a finger.
Dun 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 dun. At least you have a nice open area to fight in.
Yes, this one's actually a nice invasion where you get a nice open area. You can pretty easily
Basically, it's just a battle
clear out.
arena.
Yeah,
It's not a precarious path on the side of a mountain.
Final destination, basically.
And it's not a dick that invades you in the middle of an area full of monsters.
You're using a new weapon.
Yes, that is the Saint's Bite.
I got it earlier, just never used it.
Well, yeah.
I needed to enchant it a bit, for one. It is very much the type of spear I like, the long type that swings quick.
I'm disappointed his primary method of combat isn't exclusively rolling into you.
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised at that. I mean, he does some rolling around.
I've seen how this
but-
armor works.
Yes.
So the Armor of Thorns is just kind of an armor that you...
It's contact damage.
It's not contact.
Yeah, if you roll into someone while wearing Armor of Thorns, you do minor amounts of damage.
Yes, there are people who've done roll runs.
There are people who've done everything once.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, if you ever encounter anyone wearing this in PvP, they will just roll into you all day.
The best thing is, I've seen a pretty decent GIF where it's just 4 people all in the armor. People just spawn in, they're all standing there.
Yep. Keep rolling.
Basically. And they get rolled on.
Well, I'm getting rolled over.
Notably, after you kill him, you can also pick up his armor in the...
Excellent.
Nice.
New wardrobe. Makes sense. He was...
Yeah. And this is me
It was a
going
long
and killing
finger.
that guy. So that is probably, as I said, that's probably taking Clint, and ironically I'm killing him with his own weapon, because...
You fool.
The Saint's Bite originally belonged to Saint Clint. When he converted basically from Way of Life...
I'm sorry, hold on.
Hold on. You've transformed into some sort of...
Oh, that, yes.
saucy pirate.
I was gonna say, you just come down the elevator, look at the viewers, don't laugh. Don't laugh. Listen, he's a jaunty Victorian scarecrow. I'll have you accept his life choices, thank you very much. Go back to Bloodborne.
Oh, this is that man built for chopping over there.
Yes. This is me clearing the way to the boss, which is the only time I cleared the way to the boss, and then I realized I have a hidden body and can just sneak my way past these.
So let's see. Got, a decent shield, your fire hands, some leather pants, an executioner's hood, and your mother's church blouse. This man means business.
Of course, you're in a church.
I love that the physics are freaking out on the frills, though. Just a little bit. Yes, every slightest movement of his upper body sends the whole thing ricocheting around. I'm afraid he's going to take off. Just flap away.
Yes, this is me cosplaying fire resistance.
Oh, I am the concept of fire. Wow, almost like the boss coming up is going to deal fire damage or something. You
get chopped. You got chop resistance, boy.
Oh no. Your hubris. I know how to do one thing.
Oh.
Yes, he does.
Except when he does a second thing.
For a kick. He's trying to get all fancy on you.
See, this guy made a fatal mistake of not making every single move overhead chop.
That kick was...
He tried to get fancy, look what happens.
For good chopping.
Then he tried an upper chop, and just, too much. You gotta stick to the basics.
You don't gotta get all classy there.
Do what you're good at.
Chop works.
Chopping enough will end most problems. Just couldn't cut it.
It's a flow chart. Is there an enemy? Yes. Chop. No. Find an enemy.
Say any way you slice it. That's the answer.
No, it's did you chop? If the answer is yes, chop again. If the answer is no, what are you doing?
Wow.
Chop again.
Fog door before a boss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this one doesn't have an intro cinematic. It just starts with a fog door.
Yeah.
That Pretty is, rare. That's like, I think the first time we've seen that in this game?
Yep. And the fast forward.
Hi! I didn't know I entered the convention hall.
So yes, the Deacons of the Deep.
It's just...
This is me fighting them poorly, because it takes me a while to actually develop a better strategy for fighting the first phase.
I love the conceptual boss. We're just a bunch of deacons.
There's 2 phases to this, like, as I said, most of the bosses. So you see the glowy guy occasionally, but you see the glowy guy.
Yeah.
You're supposed to kill him, that lowers the health bar. Once it gets to about half, Archdeacon Royce spawns, which we'll see in a minute. Yeah, there he is. Archdeacon Royce spawns, and he has the rest of the health bar.
Ah, okay. How's it going? The other guys are... The other guys are their own individual health bars.
On fire.
Yes, the other guys are their own individual health bars. Killing them is somewhat useless because they all respawn.
Got Bob? Yeah, I did notice the numbers did not seem to be decreasing much.
So that's one of the that's one of the 2 things he does. Deep Soul, which does my entire health bar damage like I hit with.
All of these murderous clerics.
The other thing he does with like 4 of the tall guys is channel curse, which can be interrupted by hitting any of the tall guys, basically enough to stagger them.
They're all bloated and hideous.
What's going on over
Which is, I think, how I died this time because I couldn't find any of the tall guys. There was one there.
Yeah.
But
God, look at them.
Oh, they're not all floated. There's some non-floated
They're still all pasty. I'm not lying.
They're
when I said-
absolutely all pasty.
I'm still not lying when I said you stepped into a convention hall. Okay, so when they do that channel curse, basically, if it goes off, it is just instant full curse.
no, it builds up curse over time.
Oh, okay, overtime.
Oh, you decide to abandon your Victorian blouse.
Instead,
Well,
become
of course, he's transformed from Blouse Wayne into Batman.
I also realized that better fire resistance.
Also, again,
Batman.
you've got your massive top-heavy, inverted triangle look going on.
This is the Gotham by Firelight.
He's trying to hide it though. So you could put a cape on top of it.
He's Batman is drawn by Frank Miller, though.
Yes. So, this is the only fight I've seen in the game that heavily favors a giant fuck-off 2-hander.
I mean, it would clear swaths of them away.
That's basically the idea. That's actually why I switched to the sword. Because even though the, because I can just do that.
Oh,
Yeah, you have an arc.
Yes.
Oh, the guy's just like...
He's killed all
I
my
also-
friends.
I also have the advantage of heavily favoring stamina, so I have a ton of stamina to swing and run with. Although,
It looks like you're it.
although apparently one-handed I do a hair damage, or 2 swings is a hair short of killing them. Which is why I start 2-handing, because it's not like the shield is any use right now.
Oh,
He didn't bring anything to the potluck. Destroy him!
flame him to death. There are more of us than him.
Everyone brings the prepackaged potato salad. We have enough of it.
I think the pizza guy's here.
Vegetable tray, what is this shit? Okay, so from what I can tell here, it looks like the actual glowy light itself is the Deacon.
Well, they're
Because
all
when you drop, but when you drop one, it transfers to another.
Yes, yeah.
So the one you're hitting still has its own individual health bar.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just hitting the one that's glowing lowers its health bar and the boss health bar.
killing the one that's glowing lowers the boss health bar, basically.
Okay.
It does 327 for the boss, regardless of. And that's which means Royce has arrived.
Hi. This is ominous.
So the blue fat guys will regen Royce's health slowly, but when you kill them, they just stay dead.
Okay.
And I believe this is me running in order to not get hit by the dog ball thing.
Dog ball?
Oh, you're not taunting. That was close.
It usually is. And I think this is them starting to build curse or something.
Oh no!
And by that I mean
Praise
is
the
me
demon.
just, slaughtering my way through them.
The darkness will be your grave.
The blue ones.
They seem to have a little bit more health than the other ones too.
Yeah, the fat ones in general have more health. I think the blue ones have a little bit more too.
Yeah, it looked like it took a few more swings to take that one out than the regular fat one you did.
Yeah.
Now, the question I have for you is, do the non-glowy ones get back up after a certain period of time? Because it doesn't look like you're actually fitting the herd.
Yeah, no, they respawn infinitely.
Okay.
They spawn around the coffin.
You just basically got an endless mob.
Yes.
Impressive.
It's actually a fairly unique idea for the boss fight.
I mean, it seems like there is like a limit to it. They don't just keep spawning if you haven't killed any of them, as far as I can tell.
No.
Past a certain point, but which is nice because.
And this is them building up curse. Luckily, I can see all of them. They're right there. The other, luckily, is while that force is annoying and knocks you down, it doesn't actually do damage. So it also knocks them around hilariously, but.
We're not very coordinated. Yeah.
Stop that! I mean, you're right here. It's not going to work.
Stop trying to stab me like that. Come on. Backstab iframes.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you would have absolutely got burned by a soul ball.
Possibly, but
What?
That soul ball passed right through you.
yes, because I was in the backstab animation. If I wasn't, I probably would have been running away. Technically, depends on what angle I was running away as to whether or not it hit me.
You gotta love these absolutely non-committal stabs.
Oh,
regular ones are giving.
Yeah, if you, I didn't fight them too much on camera earlier, but they are not very aggressive mobs. They occasionally, even normally, they occasionally like use a fireball or like swing it.
There we go.
Yes.
One soul from all of them.
And a small doll, which we're not going to make any comments
The
about.
soul of the Deacons of the Deep. It just kind of compressed it all.
You're correct, Well, we're not going to make any comments about the small doll. Now, the soul of the Deacons of the Deep. All deep boss souls are that dark
Blue.
Yeah, well, they're dark with a blue tinge around them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically to represent anything from the deep.
As opposed to other boss souls, which normally are like a white with kind of a golden.
Yeah, or any abyssal-related boss souls, which are black with kind of a white glowy around them.
Yeah. That humanity look.
So what does this... Oh, sorry.
Horse again.
Hey!
Fuck you.
Okay, so Henri for actual
Horse Senpai, notice me!
And we meet again. We spoke before.
So what was that question?
The question was, what is the function of the small doll?
Oh, we'll get to that later.
Okay.
Pleased to see you safe.
Well, you see,
The
undead have needs.
Aldrich's coffin was empty.
You can use whatever you find.
Paddington must have left for his
The doll.
home.
Undead. Undead make do.
Aldrich is said to hail from
He's getting to no stranger to implied doll sex.
City.
True.
A pilgrim told me,
Referring to implied a lot of things, or explicit a lot of things.
and so becomes our destination.
Okay, so they're heading to a city beyond
Aldrich's honest
Fair
name
and Key.
is
Irithyll in the Boreal Valley.
An ancient fabled city.
Oh, in the Boreal Valley, alright.
Rise beyond
Yeah.
I wouldn't go there. The people all walk around on all fours and you see with living frost. Maybe not friendly.
You know. As you do.
You go there, you'll get a chilly reception.
Oh, you better be prepared to dislocate your pelvis if you're going to fit in.
So this is the other boss fight. That's what I was talking about earlier. Yeah, this is, by the way, the worst way of actually getting around here. You should actually run around to the right.
Nah.
You should also earlier open the door.
Oh.
Oh, goodness! You're able to open doors.
Open the door! For God's sake!
Now to walk across the threshold so I can stop worrying about these things. And the cutscene.
Okay.
Well, that took care of half the boss fight for us.
I win!
thing has white hair, dark skin, and like orange eyes.
Excuse me, sir. You don't seem to
Yes,
understand
he's a
how.
Muppet.
You don't seem to understand how shirts work.
You are, I don't think you understand how knives work.
That's just Legion etiquette. After all, these are the Abyss Watchers.
Killing each other?
Yes. After all, they go after the Abyss.
Did the Abyss finally look back?
The Abyss looked back from the beginning.
Yeah. Like, I imagine if you can't stand up to other Abyss Watchers, you have no place in the Abyss Watchers.
There's that too. They're also partially being driven insane by Abyss corruption, which was kind of innate.
I mean, if you're going to be watching it for this long. Oh, hi.
Yeah, so this is how this fight works in Phase 1. Other Abyss Watchers will get up. That guy is the actual health bar. The rest of them are just there. Some of them will go after you, some of them will actually go after the other Abyss Watchers.
So they're legitimately just insane.
Yes.
Are you really busy with Snoop Dogg?
Oh, like that. Yeah.
Yes.
That's actually pretty cool.
So I take it when one of them is going after you, the idea is pretty much just kind of hold out until one of the ones gets up that'll go after them.
Generally. Sometimes one of them will hold back, which will give you the opportunity to actually get rid of one. The guy with health bar does have a tendency to hold back when, not always, but when there's one that's up and going after you. Like that.
You javelin man.
I'm gonna think twice about that charge.
Ooh, looks like a heinous move.
It's mostly just a catch-up move.
Well, they've all learned to dash around for Mega Man games. Like speeds.
Mega Man, I'm not
Couldn't
going
you
to lie.
effectively just run around the entire time, let them kill things? At least deal with effects.
Technically it'd probably take you about an hour or two, and it's not as safe as you would think.
Yeah, when that one just hit the boss, it did not do a whole lot of damage to the health bar.
But it did do damage.
They do okay damage, the boss just has enough health that it's take a while.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was happening.
Yeah, that does happen. You do have to be careful and
You have to keep track of
There's
where
only
all
two.
the Abyss Watchers are fighting.
mostly, yes.
Take your eye off one.
Although right now the actual boss is distracted, so...
He's fighting one of the other ones. Oh, he's doing some decent damage.
Yeah. Like, granted, it's not the optimal strategy. You want to be hammering on the boss whenever possible. But,
So the second phase, all the corpses mashed together into one pile, so they're not fighting each other.
Oh,
No.
damn. Nice.
Well, that was kind of fun.
Clearly
That
the walls
wasn't very honorable.
Clearly the walls fall away, and it turns out it's the
Has
Legion
Trevor
all
ever
along.
been honorable?
Sometimes. Challenge.
He shoves his hands on people's ass.
I mean, we challenged Katana Man to a fireball fight, and we still lost that.
yeah.
It's very dishonorable.
And now for phase 2. And it's cutscene. By the way, I love the music in this boss fight.
It's really,
Yeah,
it's
this
really,
is really good music.
I love this boss fight in general. It's actually one of the funnest ones to do.
Oh, good.
Well-
Now we have to fight their blood. That's friendly. It's all purple, too.
No, that'd be disgusting. We just have to fight this one guy. Who's on fire.
All of our blood. Oh, good.
Is
Yeah.
he kindled?
Ah.
He's a Lord of Cinder.
Oh.
This is a constant theme with the Lords of Cinder. Their second phase, they light on fire as if they're enkindled.
Oh.
My friends, give me your blood. We have to give them our blood. Hurry.
Yeah, so at this point, it's a straight up fight.
It is a straight up fight at this point. It's basically him using the same moves, except fire. Fire everywhere.
Clearly, someone's been training at the clock tower.
Ow.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, he learned how to chomp.
Yes, he did. Thankfully, I learned how to Tears of Denial. Unfortunately, it still leaves you at 1 health, and my shield does not 100% block fire.
Yeah.
Ding. So you go back in, do you have to do the first phase every time?
Yes.
Okay.
As a matter of fact,
Ding.
There's a Biswatcher in a cowboy hat and a Biswatcher in a crown sitting on the side in front of microphones. They don't say anything.
Ding. Oh. The double T.
I think now I stop dying in phase 1. Yes.
And start dying in phase 2.
Yes.
Oh, come on, guys.
Ding.
Stand next to me, close down. It's not a good strategy.
Yeah.
Standing next to him, close down. It's not a good strategy. Okay, now for the successful attempt. Every single time before this that I ran up the right side, no damage, no problems. The successful attempt, for some reason.
100 away.
Damn it, drink.
I think it's still the health bar, the people fighting outside.
Yep.
Yeah. Run away tends to be a fairly effective strategy, actually, for buying yourself time.
Oh yeah, they get distracted.
Also, fireballs are very effective in this fight.
Oh yeah, there's multiple targets for them to actually affect.
That never gets
Yeah, if I throw pyramid.
It has its advantages. Mainly, I'm not that close to him after the animation's done, so I don't have to worry about being able to stand next to him.
Something like the bite, or something has a bit longer range than that.
Probably. I think
the basic attack range is longer, but it doesn't have the throw.
the damage on the Biden is also very low in comparison right now to the Javelin. I don't really have great stats for the Biden, and I don't think it was enchanted very high. Yes.
I was just aiming at the pile. Make sure none of them get up.
Idea this place where I can get distracted by someone and walk up and max at them.
You can try. They run all over the place, so actually trying to get a proper backstep on is not the easiest thing in the world. You can, however, just keep throwing fireballs at them while he's fighting someone else anyways, but...
Oh, freaking.
Yep.
They're more fun than you. I forget this guy.
Remember you exist. Here we come.
Yes.
Don't want to make you feel left out. Join us in our self-butchering insanity.
Join the Abyss Watchers, see the world, kill other Abyss Watchers. What?
I mean, it's pretty impressive they can kill each other and just get back up and their bodies.
Yeah.
Well, they are undead.
I mean, this is basically how Valhalla works.
We have a horrible mental health plan. On fire?
I don't know, I figure at a certain point, after getting hit by those sword swings you're doing, you're gonna lose something.
Well, you know. By the way, you can skip those cutscenes, but...
You forgot, I
Well,
like
the first
fire.
one doesn't happen over again, but you can skip that second cutscene.
Here I come.
How I hate the jump button.
I see you are wisely using the Black Knight shield.
Yes. Pretty much for the rest of the game, yes.
I think fire would get effective weapons. This guy can lit himself on fire and uses a flamethrower.
That was my actual assumption initially. That's partially why I was screwing around with the javelin as much as I was.
My assumption was erroneous. Or fire is the answer.
Yeah, but that's like mythical fire he's using. You're just using Swamp Man fire.
Hey, the swamp fire is.
I mean, you are using
There's nothing wrong with Swamp Man fire. It's just a different type of fire.
Swamp Man fire sounds like a jazz musician.
It does.
Look, just because he's on fire doesn't mean he's immune to fire.
Yeah.
He sets himself on fire to his limits of fire tolerance. Any more fire is too much fire.
In fact, he drags his sword along the ground so much that it lights on fire. This is anime physics, but acceptable.
Big eyes, small flame.
Oh no.
I do love that they inherited the somersault attacks from their predecessor.
The Abyss Watcher's predecessor?
Yes.
What are the Abyss Watcher's predecessors?
Well, there is Artorias of the Abyss. That I presume is what these guys are loosely based on.
Not loosely.
They don't have to fish a dog.
No, they don't have the dog.
Yeah.
Actually, they do have the dog, if you paid attention earlier.
Yeah, that's true. It's just not quite as big a puppy.
No.
I will have to say this much. Artorias was one of the better boss fights in the series. I'm glad to see that his stylistic successor is also a pretty cool fight.
Yes. It's also pretty visually neat to watch, just in general, just with all the fire scenes.
Yeah.
It is very reminiscent of the Warrior of the Clock Tower fight, which you'll see later on.
Yes.
Sweet.
I would also like it noted how both impressive and saddening it is to me that this, sort of intermediary boss, this inter-game boss here with the flaming weapon is better at using it than the final boss of Dark Souls 1.
Ah, yes. Hey, he was an old man, and that's the only excuse we have, apparently.
This fight has gone on for more than 15 seconds, and everything he does can't be parried easily.
I don't know if anything he does can be parried. I literally don't, because I never parry, but
Yeah, but
I don't think any of it can.
as opposed to Fire Lord Gwyn,
Who...
has like one attack that can't be parried, and that has possibly the biggest telegraph I've ever seen in a video game.
And with my not increasing health and not parrying, I was able to one-shot. He's actually just a sad boss fight.
Yeah.
Although I kind of liked that at the time, because I was kind of done with Dark Souls 1 at that point, after doing like the DLC and everything.
I mean, it also does kind of make sense thematically because he's, to forgive the phrase, kind of burned out.
No, it was very literal.
Yeah.
That's why he's
I always figured that was kind of the reason he was such a weird pithy boss.
Well, that's why he's Lord of Cinder, not Lord of Fire, as he should be.
Lord of Sunlight.
Sunlight, that's right, Lord of Sunlight.
This is me looking for what needs to get the final fireball in.
Then finding out it's not in fact the final fireball.
The Final
Business.
Fireball, another band name.
And now the most awkwardly named soul in the game, the soul of the blood of the wolf.
Soul of the Blood of
There's a soul. There's a soul. There's a soul of the blood of wolf.
Yes, so join us next time for the Catacombs of Karthus, actually. Going through this way.